I want to talk about the big four, Uhuru's big four, that are actually tied to his legacy. I want to be a bit unkind to him, but I think it's good to be candid if you love your country and if you love your president. I want to be candid and tell the president that the big four is actually a pipe dream. If it wasn't for the fact that I respect my seniors, I would have called it a joke. In order to realize the big four, if you are ever to realize the big four, two things are critical. One, the human resource, the people. Two, the resources themselves. The president has failed on both fronts. Yesterday's changes show clearly that the president does not understand the importance of the human resource, the importance of the brains of the people who will drive his big four or an agenda that will secure him some kind of legacy. If you look at the people who are either appointed or moved, it is business as usual. Some of the people like Serem are people who had failed miserably, who let MPs play around with our money. People like Aden, the Minister for Trade and Industry, who are so colorless in their first term, you'd wonder why they are still in the cabinet. One would have hoped, as indeed we have told the president repeatedly, that to succeed, to achieve the big four, to have a legacy, you need men and women who will help you achieve that. Yesterday's reshuffle and changes in the government indicate the president is not about to listen to that. The second thing you need in order to achieve your legacy and the big four, Mr. President, is you need money. You need money, and to get money in this country, you need to free it from corruption. You need to fight corruption, which by your own estimates, when you are finance minister some years back, it's about a third of a national budget. This year's budget is 3 trillion shillings. Going by your own estimate, Mr. President, it would mean that 1 trillion is wasted. Just imagine the kind of thing you can do with 1 trillion. So it seems you are not about to run away from corruption, or is it because we have agreed that then this is going to be part of it? Or maybe even the president has given up on the big four and we are chasing him up on this big four. Maybe he has looked at his baby, the SGR, and the kind of things that are surrounding the SGR today. He's looking at the dams we are constructing and we are still hungry. He's looking at how much it is costing this country these days to do a road. We are moving into the region, into the region of 1 billion shillings per kilometer. Look at Dongokundu. How many kilometers? How much? Do a little math and you see how much it costs. The Mombasa Highway, you can give it a big name, but it's just a road. 300 billion plus. You have not compensated people. It will get me up to 350, 400 billion. About 400 kilometers. Do your math. We are now moving to using 1 billion shillings to do a road in this country. Is it being drilled under mountain? The answer is no. Is the road passing underwater like somebody asked? The answer is no. So it would appear corruption has become part of our way of doing things. And so long as the president is not doing anything to fight corruption, then he will not get the money to realize his big four. Something else, I think, is happening in this country. The president seems now to be playing politics. In the year 2013, the president embarked on development, which he tried to sell to the country. It didn't work, as indeed it has never worked in many times and in many places. Kibaki tried to sell development. He had done things Kenyans had never dreamed of. In 2007, he barely made it. Some say he lost to Raila Odinga, yet he had all the development to show. In 2017, we nearly went into anarchy because Uhuru almost lost. Or as some people say, and as the Supreme Court put it, he actually lost. Now what happened? It is because he was parading development and it almost didn't work. Could it be the reason why Uhuru is now playing politics? look no further than the handshake. And that will tell you that Uhuru is actually into politics. But the question is, would he balance politics and development? It looks like he's unable to balance politics and development. And he needs to balance politics and development in order to realize a meaningful development for this country. In conclusion, I want to say this, and I've said it repeatedly. Mr. President, unless you fight corruption, and the evidence of fighting corruption will be by getting rid of ministers who everybody knows are presiding over ministries that are steeped in corruption, where billions of public funds are lost. Unless you move to remove this kind of ministers and other public servants, then this will remain a pipe dream. And last week I talked about impeachment on account of this corruption. Many people have stopped me in the streets. Many people have called me and told me that, Manyora, you are not aware of the fact that in this country, Parliament cannot impeach a president. First of all, Jubilee has the numbers. I tell them I know that. Even if NASA had the numbers, Parliament cannot impeach a president, not our MPs. All you need is to buy them a ticket to go to Moscow and watch football. It saddens me that even my people I respect, like Jab Orengo, is in Russia. So Kenyan MPs cannot be the people you rely on to impeach a president. What I meant was that the people can impeach you, Mr. President. It has happened in many places. You know the Arab Springs. You know what happened in Argentina. You know what has happened in many other countries. It is possible the people can impeach you directly. But the people can also impeach you, Mr. President, by just ignoring you. The people can erase you from their mind and say it was a bad joke. It is something we want to forget ever happened. And that is worse than even being impeached. So, Mr. President, do something to the people who love you. Your people love you. They want to help you fight corruption. But first, they want to see you move by shaking your cabinet. Not what you did yesterday. Shake that cabinet. Remove these people who are adding no value. Bring men and women on board who will help you not just fight corruption, but also achieve your legacy. Achieve the big four, Mr. President. Unless this is done, I can tell you without fear of contradiction that the big four will remain a big joke. The big four will be a pipe dream. And the people of this country, will be so sad that here was a leader who had all that it takes, or it would have taken, to change things, but somehow he refused. So, please, Mr. President, next time you touch your cabinet, do so in a manner that you will hear your relations in Nyeri. People celebrate from Kisumu, Kakamega, Mombasa. You will know you've done something that Kenyans were expecting you to do, not by pointing those rejects.